I'm Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 130 of Bird Squad.
All right, we're back. They got the dub. It was a little suspect.
There it is. Got my man's shirt on. He had this sign hanging in his locker.
I was about to say, we need the sign. We need to
Always
get
open.
A.J. Brown obviously didn't disappoint, as we'll get into him a little bit. Birds win. Birds win. 85. 35, 30, 38, 35. Jeez.
Woo.
But Birds squeak it out.
Definitely a tale of two halves.
Yes, we'll get into that and all. But before we get into that, let us know what you guys thought. We're going to maybe have a little different opinion than maybe you guys have. Burdick is still out on the defense. Offense looked good. But before we get into our stuff, let us know in the comments what you guys think about the Birds and what do you think about this tough matchup against the Vikings that we'll get into later in the episode. But yeah, Birds win 38-35, 1-0. Handled business. It wasn't pretty, but they got it done. Mostly, let's start, I guess, with the offense. I thought Jalen Hurts, for the most part, played well. We just watched the game. We literally just watched it over again. We wanted to see if what we saw Sunday was true and kind of the things that we thought was the tendencies happened. Jalen Hurts, 243 passing yards. It was like 90-some rushing yards. It was a little suspect in the beginning, all over the place. Line was breaking down. He was making a lot of plays with his legs. We'll see. I saw growth from him. I think he made some really big throws at times, but I still saw some of the inconsistencies that he had last season. Once again, it's week one, but for the most part, I liked what I saw from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, bailed the line out there every once in a while when the line was breaking down. I mean, for all the street cred that we have for our offensive line, I don't think they had a great game.
No.
A couple things I would like to see with Jalen. You know, you do got to respect the legs.
Yeah.
And we are going to be committing, I guess, to this RPO offense again. Who knows? Maybe that was just week one. But when he is scrambling, he's got to keep his head up and look downfield. There are opportunities to drop it to somebody, and he's just dead set on committing to that run.
That was a big thing we said last year. That was one of his big flaws. He grew on that throughout the season, and obviously we can hope he can grow on that again. Obviously, we're not trying to take his legs away. It's obviously a huge boost, and he definitely kept the Birds some drives alive on Sunday because of those legs.
Yeah, and I think you got to roll him out a little bit to get those windows for him, so he's not getting those balls knocked down. He had a few knocked down on Sunday.
No, yeah, I mean, I thought he played well. There was some tendencies from last year that maybe can be cleaned up, but I thought overall, I mean, he made some big throws. I mean, the throw down the sideline to A.J. Brown was beautiful. We finally got to see some slants in the offense. That was
screaming for those, man.
AJ cleaned up with those 10 receptions, 155 yards.
I mean, you just got to I've said it all off season since we got it. We haven't had this kind of toy since T.O.
I mean, he is that guy.
And he showed up game one and just gave us a glimpse of what we got.
Yeah, A.J. Brown is 100% that guy. And anyone that was a little skeptical with the money, with the trade, that's out the window. The guy is here to play, and he already loves Philly. So that's great. That one worked out. Other than that, I think you got to get the other wide receivers a little more into it. As much as I think the defense started strong, the offense looked a little rough in the beginning. Without a doubt, they settled in. Obviously, the defense gave up that opening drive, but they settled in the first half.
I mean, at the end of the day, the offense put up, 31 points?
31 points.
31
because the
points.
pick six we'll get into. But yeah.
So, it definitely, like I did say, it definitely was a tale of two halves. Looks like we came out strong. Then I don't know if we got tired, if we got full of ourselves, if we thought we had them. I don't know. But we did leave them get back into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, they scored 31 points as an offense, and they scored it the Eagles' way. It might not have been the most flashiest, might not have been the most sexy way to score points. They had 4 rushing touchdowns from 4 different people. Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders had a really good game. I mean, this is what happens. If this guy can stay healthy, that's the big,
is a weapon.
That's the big mystery. If he can stay healthy, this guy's going to be good. Kenny G looked good. He had a touchdown. Boston Scott looked good. He had a touchdown. So the running backs, like we said, not really the weakest point on this team, but not a concern. These guys know how to get things done.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest guy I feel sorry for is Stenchen because he's got to get the ball to all of these weapons. You know,
Yeah.
there's only one ball, and we finally are in a spot where we got a multitude of weapons.
Exactly. And before we get into the defense, that's what we're saying. Like, A.J. Brown's going to get his touches. It's A.J. Brown. But I think you draw up, I mean, Quez, Devontae, a little missing a little bit on Sunday. I think early on, you got to get those plays drawn up for him. And you know what I mean? Get them involved. I mean, we watched, they tried to get it to Devontae.
Yeah, they tried.
The plays just fell apart whenever they tried to.
I definitely believe Monday night first series, Devontae's getting a catch.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like that. They're getting him the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd
I
be
think
surprised if that does not happen.
as much as the Jalen Hurts people are still, the Jalen Hurts haters are still kind of up in the air. At the end of the day, like you said, they scored 31 points.
Got the job done.
And got the job done.
Hey, I know we gave up points to the Lions, but don't you feel better we gave up points and we won than if
Exactly.
we gave up points and we got the L?
Exactly.
You know?
So we talked about the offense. Let's flip to the defense. We just watched it. The first half, they looked honestly really good. Other than that first opening drive that they got gashed with that big run, they had the touchdown and they gave up a field goal right before half. But in between there, they went 5 straight drives that they forced a punt or a turnover. It was a 3-and-out. I think a decent drive. They stopped a 3-and-out, and then they got the pick 6. They looked good. They did. But the second half is when they got sloppy. They missed tackles. And like you said, I'm not a big believer on this whole training camp's light. This is what is going to happen, whatever. But maybe they were a little tired in the second
missed
half.
tackles, and it looked like some guys were gassed. And you know, that atmosphere out there, I mean, it was loud. And you couldn't hear. And, you know, not making excuses, but, you know, thank God in Bradbury's debut, he was not
Yeah, Byron Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Or anybody. I mean, for the
Or
most
Nnamdi Asomugha.
Exactly.
I mean, he showed up, lived up to what we were thinking we were going to get in Bradbury.
I mean, for real.
You know, that second half was a little sloppy. Slay, I know if we talk to Slay, he's going to say, I want that one back.
That
would have
interception,
killed all
Yeah.
confidence that the Lions were building.
They
If
were up
Slay holds on
17.
to
They
that
get
one.
that pick. It's all over. Like, truly. We just watched it. It was the vibe. And they kind of put a drive together there. But really, I mean, for the most part, the new additions, I liked everything I saw. I thought Kaiser White played really well. I think Hassan Reddick, a little room for improvement, but I still like the motor. I think he's still going to be a great player. Bradbury, like we said, he played well, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be a good player.
He's bringing the swag. And Epps. I mean, Epps.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, we were saying how much a safety was a little bit of a concern on this team, but 100% Marcus Epps looked really good. He stepped up, and Gardner-Johnson looks like he's going to be a good player. That's a young safety core that is looking really good for this season. So,
And I'd like to also say that Britton
Covey.
I mean, he did more than Rager in like 2 catches, you know, punt returns. I mean, the guy gets the ball, doesn't, you know, let it bounce, whatever, and takes off with it. Like we were always talking about, you're going north-south,
Yeah.
all right, and hit the hole.
No, yeah, I mean, as much as they gave up 35 points, I really don't see the hate for the defense. I think they were sloppy,
Yeah, I
and they
mean-
know where they need to address it. The Gannon stuff is already out, and we've both been big backers of Gannon going into this offseason, into this season. And I still think it's just getting down to the rotation of all these new guys and making sure where this is going to fit, where is that going to fit. I mean, I think they know they were a little sloppy in the second half. They know where they need to clean it up. The whole team knows where they need to clean it up. That I still have faith.
Yeah, and I'm just going to throw it out there, and anybody can disagree with me. You got your opinion. I'm just going to say, hey, you know, the word's still out on Gannon, but if my front can't get to the quarterback, I mean, what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Whenever, just like last year, whenever we blitz, we get exposed.
Yeah.
That front has got to get to the quarterback. We got all that beef and all those guys and
Yeah.
all that rotation. They got to be getting to the quarterback to wreak some havoc, man.
As always, this defense as much as they have playmakers in the secondary, it will rely on that D line. If
Yeah,
they're
definitely.
feasting, they're gonna look really good.
Everybody behind them is going to look good.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Once again, I don't always like bringing up the Super Bowl team, but the corners we had that year, Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby, it was because of that D line feasting that made the rest of the team look good. So I think my big thing was it was week 1. It was a tough game. You knew they were going to come out. You knew they were going to throw some punches. They had the energy. They had the sold-out crowd. They had Hard Knocks. They were feeling themselves. They wanted to prove what they could do, and they came out, landed a couple punches, but you fought back. You handled it, and you gripped and won the game at the end of the day.
But last night, like we were talking about it, I mean, this is 2 years in a row now. We've gone on the road.
Yeah.
Game 1,
Mhm.
week 1,
Yep.
which is always a scary week. And we handle business.
Exactly. Everyone wants
Right?
to say this whole training camp thing. You're doing a light training camp. This is going to backfire. And I get they had a slow start at the in the total of beginning of last year, going 2-5. But they went down to Atlanta and won. And they went to Detroit and won this year. They're 2-0 in week 1 games under Sirianni, both on the road. You're not playing great opponents, but you got the job done, and that's all that matters.
And that's what good teams do. They beat the guys they're supposed to.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what good teams do. And I want to bring that up, that 4 minutes left in the game, your team's reeling a little bit. You're up 3.
I'm
You took
sweating.
the ball. You took the ball and you ended it. You
Yeah.
made some big plays. You had the ball in your hand and you said, "We're finishing this right now." Once again, that's what good teams do. So at the end of the day, I'm positive, man. I mean, you can be negative. You can be a little skeptical. You can be acting like the world's on fire, even though they won. But they took care of business week 1. And now you got a good Vikings team, which is going to be a great
Yeah,
test on Monday night.
For any of those naysayers out there, I mean, I feel better after I watched it again.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people that say, you watched it again, it was worse the second time. It wasn't.
I think the issues were evident that
Yes.
you know that they can be
Yes.
fixed.
Yes.
The issues that were a big,
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is an issue, can be fixed.
And what I'm excited about now is what he was saying. We're going to be at home. Home opener.
Yep.
8:30. Lights on. All eyes on us, right? Be in our seats. Section 115. It's the Vikings. It's going to be a big test.
Yeah.
How do we come back? What do we do? I want to make the Link a place where people fear again. You know what I mean? Like, people come to the Link and they're like, man, we don't want to be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
without a doubt, it's week 2, but this is an early season statement game. If you come home and you play a good game and you beat this team, a lot of people are high on this team. They're a lot better than I think we initially expected them to be. They looked really good against the Packers, that offense. For this defense, this offense is going to be a great test to see how they can bounce back after being beat up a little bit in Detroit. But I still have faith in them to win this game. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to believe it or not, the Kirk Cousins curse is out there. They got to win this game if they're going to the bowl. If they lose this game, we'll have to see. But I have belief that they're going to get this right. Even though there's nothing wrong, they're going to fix up where they need to fix up.
Yeah. I mean, I totally think it's just, we did talk about it. I mean, short preseason,
Yep.
3 games. They didn't play. Not a lot of guys played. Sunday was the first real live contact, an
Exactly.
extended period of play for these guys. I think some of them got gassed.
And you can have,
You
everyone's going to have their opinions on what they think is best. To have a physical camp, not have a physical camp. At the end of the day, they're not having a physical camp, and they got it done. It wasn't pretty, but they got it done.
And for the most part, except for Barnett, we got out of Detroit healthy.
For the
What
most
we
part.
always want to preach is
Yep.
let's stay healthy.
Exactly. I mean, Barnett, we'll see. I mean, he is a piece, but I'm not too stressed about it. I mean, before we end, NFC East wraparound, Giants squeaked one out. Carson, say he was good and he was bad, and I mean, Dak is hurt. I mean, the Cowboys are dead in the water. If the Birds jump out to the start of the season like we think they can be, they could be running away with this division. I know it's week 1, and we want to keep expectations low. We were talking about this today, how I think that last year's mindset has helped already with this year. But I think if you can come out like we expect you to,
Baby.
this division could already be wrapped up before Dak even is back.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely blood in the water, and it's just a matter of how we take advantage of it. I mean, again, I mean, it is the Vikings. It's Kirk Cousins. He's been
They're gonna
around
be
for
a
a
good
while.
team.
They got a good offense. But first-year head coach, I'm betting on Saucy and his guys 2 years,
Yeah,
and that they're going to come out and they're going to take, fix what was wrong and make a statement on Monday night in front of everybody. And that place is going to be so freaking electric.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh
The
my
link is going to
God.
be rocking.
I cannot wait to get that.
And I'm going to try and get a little vlog together to hopefully get that out maybe next Tuesday, like what we did with the Devontae Smith softball vlog, see what I can get. But we'll be down there. The link will be rocking. And we'll hopefully be back we'll be back next Wednesday as always.
Yeah.
But we'll hopefully be back with the dub 2-0 as we get ready to head down to Washington. But we'll take it 1 week at a time. But thank you guys always for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fly Eagles Fly.
Go Birds.